I wanted to wait to make this video until after the Raptors' latest stretch of games, where they went 5-0 and now have the longest win streak in the East at 5 games. They beat the Heat in triple overtime, the Hawks, Miami again, the Bulls in overtime, and the Hawks again. During that run, the Raptors showed great offensive stretches, lockdown defense, and the ability to close out games, which has always seemed like it's been a problem for this team. I've seen enough now to label the Raptors as the most dangerous team in the East, a team that no one wants to see in a 7-game playoff series, a team that could very well go on an improbable run just like the Hawks did last year. Before we continue the video, guys, do me a solid favor, drop a like on the video. It does help the algorithm a ton. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new, plus ring the bell. About 58% of you are watching my videos, but you are not subscribed, so make sure you got that big red subscribe button checked off. We're like 70 subscribers away, something like that, from 26K. If we can hit that with this video, that would be super awesome. Thank you so much for your continued support on this YouTube channel. The Raptors have turned it up a notch since the start of the new year, and I knew this turnaround was coming. I mean, I did put out 2 videos to start 2022, which foreshadowed this type of run. The biggest obstacles the Raptors were facing all season long were having guys in and out of the lineup due to health and safety protocols and injuries, and of course a bad bench. But now that everyone is back together, the Raptors have played superb basketball, and despite having little bench production, this team has still managed to find success. And that's thanks to their starting 5. A 5 that has gelled together so nicely that it's really starting to look like a death lineup. Get a load of this stat. Games since January 2nd with Van Vliet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, and Pascal Seacom. The Raptors are 10-1 in those games, scoring about 115.8 points per game, allowing 108 points, shooting the ball at 45.2% from the field, and 38.7% from 3. During that span, Gary Trent Jr. has looked like a rising star. He had 5 straight games where he scored 30 plus points and hit 5 plus threes per contest. Now, unfortunately, his run of 30 plus points did come to an end against the Bulls on Thursday, which would have broken DeMar DeRozan's franchise record, but I don't think he minds since it came in a win. And he did hit a dagger 3 late in OT to seal the Raptors' 4th straight victory at that time. Fred VanVleet, he's been playing like a true NBA All-Star. VanVleet was named to his first All-Star game on Thursday night, and his legacy continues to grow. He went from undrafted to playing in the G League to becoming an NBA champion and now an NBA All-Star. If that isn't the ultimate inspirational story, I don't know what is. VanVleet for the season is averaging 21.5 points per game, 7.1 assists, and 4.7 rebounds per game. Let's have a moment of silence for all the Fred VanVleet haters out there who doubted this man based on his size. Scotty Barnes has really come back to form following his injury. What more can you say about this kid? His composure late in games has really caught my attention lately. He looks ready for big moments. His incredible playmaking and finishing ability has been on full display. And not to mention, he's the reason why the Raptors won 2 games this past week. His tip-in over Vucevic to force overtime on Thursday, and then hitting 2 clutch free throws to force overtime last Saturday in Miami. If that doesn't happen, the Raptors don't have an opportunity to win both those games. Scotty is always around the basket, giving the Raptors life. OG Anunoby has shown his ability to be clutch by hitting threes when needed. He hit 2 big ones in Thursday's overtime win over the Bulls. And he's also coming along with his playmaking. He's starting to make quicker and more decisive moves with the ball as he avoids getting trapped when he drives, instead kicking it out quickly when he sees the double team come his way. And then how about Pascal Seacom? Look, I know I've been critical of Pascal Seacom during and after the bubble, but with the way he has been playing lately, I can't say anything. Pascal Seacom has humbly shut me up. Seacom has been putting up all-star numbers, and you can argue he's the biggest all-star snub. He's coming off a 33-point performance against the Hawks, and here are his numbers for the season. 21 points per game, 8.6 rebounds per game, 5.2 assists per game, 1.4 steals per game. He's shooting it at 47.1 from the field, 33.3 from 3. He's making 73.8% of his free throws, and his defense has been on point. Those are better numbers than a guy like Chris Middleton, who many people feel Siakam should have replaced. But all is not lost. If Siakam continues this tear, he's in all likelihood going to replace Kevin Durant at the All-Star game. And I do want to highlight one guy from off the bench who has been bringing it, and his name is Chris Boucher. He seems like he's always in the right spots. His rebounding has improved drastically, and he's been that great burst of energy the Raptors have lacked from that second unit. And speaking of second units, Nick Nurse continues to go with 8 guys, with Boucher, Banton, and Achua as his main reserves, and now a masked Ken Burch has emerged as the 9th. Raptors are set to be buyers at the NBA trade deadline, and as we await the long-anticipated trade, if there is one, of Goran Dragic, hopefully the Raptors can add a piece or two to this bench, giving the Raptors starters the help they deserve after logging all of these heavy minutes. Can you imagine how much more deadly this Raptors team will be if and when Masai gets them some bench help? Raptors could use another playmaker from off the bench and some scoring. Someone who can inject some offensive life into the second unit. We've seen it so many times this season. The Raptors build a big lead and then it's evaporated once the starters get some rest. If the Raptors get some key bench pieces at the trade deadline, then watch out. Now let's talk about how the Raptors truly stack up in the Eastern Conference. But before we do, I quickly want to say that today's video sponsor is Manscaped. This Valentine's Day, it's time to join 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming, with our exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and use promo code LUCA3 for 20% off plus free shipping. The Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped is just the thing every guy needs in their life to make each and every day just a little more special. The number one product in this package is the Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on loose skin. This package also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer to whack all the worst of your weeds. To complete the perfect package for your package are liquid formulations like the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner. And don't forget to smell good, not only around your balls but all over, made with their signature scent, the Manscaped Refined Cologne, which complements everything about you. That's 20% off plus free shipping with my promo code LUCA3 at manscaped.com. Okay, so as of right now, the Raptors are in 7th, and they are only a half game back of the Nets for 6th, as the Nets continue to fall apart. The top 6 is where the Raptors want to be to avoid the play-in altogether. There is still plenty of time of trying to achieve this, as the Raptors are only 4.5 games back of 1st. That's how close the East is right now. It's insane. If the Raptors continue this type of play, I'm confident with the Raptors going up against anyone in the East, regardless of their seeding. The only teams that I still have my doubts about the Raptors beating in a 7-game playoff series are a healthy Heat team, who didn't have Lowry the last 2 times out, and a healthy Brooklyn Nets team. But the Nets are starting to self-destruct before our very eyes. They have lost 7 games in a row, and who knows what this team's gonna look like past the deadline. There's rumors swirling around right now. You can make the case for the defending champion Bucks, but the Raptors have shown to have their number. The Sixers could be interesting if they do trade for James Harden. The Bulls have to prove it to me first before I put stock in them. And the Cavaliers, they're going to be inexperienced. With all that being said, the East is wide open, which is why my earlier statement of the Raptors potentially being the Hawks of this season isn't so far-fetched. It's remarkable the kind of 2022 the Raptors have had so far. And the best part is, it can get a lot better. All eyes will be on this team at the NBA trade deadline Thursday to see if Masai Ujiri will make a move. My gut tells me Masai sees what's going on and is ready to invest in this team. Buckle up, Raptors fans. It should be a fun and wild second half of the season. Let me know what your thoughts have been over the Raptors' recent stretch of games. This team has turned it up a notch and then some. They have won 5 games in a row. They are a half a game back of 6th. And this team is looking dangerous in every sense of the word. Drop your comments down below. I read them all. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for more Raptors and NBA content. Go and follow me on social media. And that is it. As always, thank you so much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you all again in the next video.